When I first came here, this was all swamp. Everyone said I was daft to build a castle on a swamp. But I built it all the same, just to show them. Sink into the swamp. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a grand arena story. We're in match 8, and this is the match that never happened, folks. No one, CG made a critical error in something, and even though it was time for us to attack, we were unable to do more than just do a few cursory attacks before everything got reset. So I did do my attacks, or at least a large majority of them, faced off against a good player. Let's actually look at them though, because there's actually a really interesting thing that I mean, it's interesting to me at least. So let's take a look. Here's the situation. Faced off against Snake, which, look at his lifetime banners, guys. I know that we're not tracking lifetime anymore, but this guy has had an enormous amount of success in GAC. It's 40k more than me, which I go months at a time without people before facing people with higher lifetime banners than me, and he has significantly more. This is a huge amount of wins more than me. Just really good player. He's in Ka, which is one of the best territory battle or well, territory war guilds. No attempted shade there, just a misspeak. But I do have more GP than him, and I actually have more relics. Look at that. I have significantly more. 240-ish more, which is nice. Though it's not like it's not that big of a deal. I mean, most of my advantages in tier 5 versus his tier 1 through 4, which isn't as big of a deal as the other ones. I mean, I have an advantage throughout, basically. But looking at the speed mods, though, he does have me beat by a decent margin, especially the plus 15s and higher. Then I have more plus 25s than him. It's a pretty random thing, but this guy's a good player. He beat Ando a couple times, pretty close back-to-back-ish. He's a good player, guys. He's kind of used to play more of the efficiency game, but he's got all the toys. He's got everything. So here's what I placed, guys. I put 2 Galactic Legends in the back, 2 in the front, and I wanted to put Kenobi in the back because I wanted to see if I could bait him into making a mistake on my Supreme Leader Kylo, which actually I don't have that photo here. I didn't take any photos, unfortunately. It was just so rushed. I got out of work and they're like, oh, you have like an hour before everything is just shut down and we can't do attacks anymore. I was like, oh shoot, let's attack. And my opponent attacked as well, and he failed twice against my Supreme Leader Kylo team. That was the only time he failed on my roster, but otherwise he failed twice, and that was cool, because that was the team I was hoping he would fail on, frankly, because we have the Poison Lord Vader team. Unfortunately, Maul is back with Lord Vader, but Supreme Leader Kylo's up front, because I knew that my opponent would need to keep something just in case I had Kenobi in the back, and so that's what's happening. So we have Star Killer. We have a lot of stuff on defense, guys. On his bottom front, he has Lord Vader showing, and with the poison build as well, the cancer version, and he also has a Relic 3 Bando. The whole team is pretty under-relicked. He also has a really quick Darth Revan team, which is it's exactly the same speed as my Piet, and so we both get 20 speed, well, him from Talon and me from Veers. So, I'm not into that coin flip business, so we're not going to do that. He has a Nute team, and then up top he's got an undergeared Mothra team, an Iden team. Look at how undergeared she is. You can see he put an 84 on her because 85 is unnecessary. 84 is enough to get that Zeta, because she won't die unless you have something that prevents revives. May as well just make her a paper Iden. She's only 2 stars as well. He's got his Finn team. I mean, it's a throwaway resistance team, and then a Dash Rendar team without the Omicron. So before we get into the actual fighting, folks, I we'll just want to remind you, please, we're trying to mount the algorithm. We can only do it together, folks, and I really appreciated everyone's support. And please continue to like, subscribe, comment. All of those things help us with mounting the algorithm. Ding that bell too, if you would care to. If you don't care to, I don't care to judge you. But let's get into the actual fighting, shall we? Alright, so this is all on my phone, because remember, I got off of work, and they immediately had to start attacking, and I only had like an hour-ish to attack. So, first we're going to tackle this Darth Revan team, and let's use Bounty Hunters to do it. I want to try something new against Lord Vader, but I wanted to get this fight out of the way first, just kind of get used to it. So, I mean, you guys have seen me do this a million times. You just snipe out Darth Revan, and then once he's gone, then you just wait for Mando to spool back up again, take out Malak, and you're good to go. Meantime, just facing stupid, annoying Marauder. And, you know, you want to take out Basti as quick as you can, but I didn't really feel like, you know, we could do a burst attack on that Marauder and everything would be okay. Keep in mind that Marauder has a huge amount of tenacity right now because of, you know, and defense for that matter, just because we've got all those buffs out, and he's getting 10% for each tenacity and defense. So now we're forced to just hit Malak. Like, it would have, in a way, been nicer if Marauder had stuck around longer, because we don't want to fear ourselves. See, Mando has to go. He crits Malak, and then now we're feared. So, not the best thing, really. You know, we want Mando to take a turn. Okay, so he finally does have, like, he's done with fear. Oh, and look at this. Talon has decided to make an appearance. Good for her. And, yeah, let's just take out Malak and call it good. Alright, 75 to start with. And remember, we both started with 400-something banners because of that stupid bug from GAC. You know, and this is why they shut it down so early. I guess I didn't give proper context. Now, what I'm doing here, we're throwing our poor hapless Phoenix in, and then our Tuskens, trying to burn cooldowns on this Lord Vader team, guys. So, those Jedi were too weak. But, so we want to get Fracture from Thrawn, we want to get Lord Vader's AoE, and we want to get Darth Vader's Merciless Massacre out. So, we need to have characters that are going to survive Maul's crazy wrath. Okay, Merciless on Darth Vader, and we're good to go. So we're going to throw in Bad Batch. Someone had told me that Bad Batch was gone, or was going to work, and this was a team I was going to test, just to see if we could, you know, how we could do this. And then I was just thrust into the situation where I was like, okay, we need to just go. So we're gonna go in, and we're not trying to kill the full Lord Vader team. I didn't think we could do that. My goal was to take out all of the ads if possible, though. And so far, I mean, we're doing okay. Obviously, this Royal Guard is doing well. Look at how well Wrecker survived those huge hits from Maul. That was pretty fancy of him. The Royal Guard is being a little bit stubborn here. All of my guys are Relic 5, I believe. I think maybe Wrecker is 6 and Omega's 4, something like that, but nothing too crazy. He doesn't have super high relics on his team either, if I remember correctly. Though I could be wrong. Like, I'm guessing this isn't a Relic 9 Royal Guard, for instance, but yeah, so they killed Hunter, unfortunately. We got to take out Royal Guard and Maul if we can. This is getting a little bit desperate, folks, and, you know, don't judge me. If I am doing something wrong, guys, I would love some feedback, actually, on, you know, strategies of what I could do better here. Because, unfortunately, Maul is left standing. We left him, and this is an enormously frustrating thing, because look, he starts in stealth with Lord Vader, so we can't hit him yet. So he's going to get his frenzy, and he's gonna start killing. So I'm trying to use all like some C-level teams to take out Maul, and you guys will see that it bears very little fruit. Like oh cool, Poe gets a shot, and then it doesn't actually do anything. Like, we just die. So All right, next team up. Let's use our, like, first order, I guess. But, I mean, he's so awkward because he gets to hit us back when we hit him with an AoE, and I don't know. Like, Bad Batch was our best chance to make that happen. And, you know, if I played that Bad Batch thing poorly, like I said, I would love more feedback on it, guys. But it's like, okay, what? I guess we'll hit Lord Vader like that. That's... This team can't kill Lord Vader. There's just no way. We just want to take out Maul. And so Kylo's like, oh, hey, look, I can hit him with a big hit. And, you know, maybe that'll do something. But I'm almost wondering if I should have just used my basic with Kylo. Honestly, with OG Kylo. You do this big hit, but it can't crit because Maul is below that threshold of being able to crit him. And then the most damage I did was with the basic. So, yeah, failed here. Okay, let's take in our relic bounty hunters. You know, Maul is just massacring everyone, of course, as he does. And so Boba's like, oh, cool, I'll kill him, but there's no crits allowed on Maul. So that didn't work. Boba does negligible damage. And, yeah, can't kill him here. So, alright, the team I was going to try countering it with. Oh yeah, so I took a break. I'm like, okay, we got to think about this for a little bit. Because I wanted to use Geos to finish off Lord Vader, but I didn't... I mean, we needed to find a way to take out that Maul, and maybe Geos was going to be the way to do it. I don't know, but one way or another, let's use this Mothra team to take down this Nute team. Because, like, Dooku, he can stun them and stuff, but we don't really care about that. As long as we can get through L3, which we can, then we should be good to go. So, you know, we can try to stun Dooku, which we did. And Dooku doesn't have much health or protection anyways. We can take him out. Remember, so Jango's taken a turn. He set us all on fire, so that was rude of him. But now, you know, we'll take out Nute as quick as we can. And then, basically, we just have to do basics. So, alright. Just kind of fast forwarding it here, guys. I think I fast forwarded it by a minute until, you know, we were doing basics until he finally got rid of his healing or his damage immunity, and then it was our turn and took out Jango. Easy enough, 65 banners, and yeah, I almost used CLS here actually, and then I decided not to because Jango would have just timed me out. Okay, so let's take in Geos, and this is Poggle lead apparently because we want Droidica here to be able to do a bunch of damage. And Relic 6 on Droidica doesn't have much speed on him, at least not yet. So Brood Alpha gets the cleanse, and now let's just take out Maul at least. Okay, so Maul's gone. Thank goodness. We even got ability block onto Lord Vader here, which is pretty fancy of us. But I mean, look at how much his leadership is, or his ultimate is building. Every time we take an attack, he gets his ultimate. He eventually gets his ultimate, does the AoE, and now we can't assist each other. And, okay, Poggle's gone. He's the one who was able to cleanse us. So, okay, it's just Lord Vader and Droidica. Fortunately, Droidica can't shoot, even though he had, you know, like 8 stacks. But then Lord Vader takes a billion turns because it's a slow Droidica. And so we have 7 stacks, and we do almost no damage. Anyway, so... Alright, we killed Maul, though. Yay, we get a banner. And now we get rid of his AoE, because I don't want his AoE on my troopers. And now we'll use troopers to clean up. And so the whole idea here, guys, was... he likes to hide his Kenobi team in the back. After scouting him, he likes to do that. He doesn't always do it, but he does like to. And I wanted to save... I only have 2 Galactic Legends, and I wanted to save them for his Kenobi in the back if possible. And I mean, I could have done Jedi Master Luke, and then, you know, we could have probably multi-shot his Kenobi instead, but I decided I wanted to try against that Lord Vader team to try to multi-shot it so that we could, you know, have teams for the back, because he likes to put good teams in the back. And alright, so we're facing this Bando team, and I simply didn't have time to contemplate it. So he kills Nute there with his cool stuff. You know, this is a low relic team actually. So you know, probably could have found some other solution to this team if I had taken my time. But I mean, Jedi are off the off of consideration, right? Because Jedi are just going to like, they're all needed for that Kenobi team in the back if Kenobi's in the back. So yeah, Grievous was gonna win as long as he didn't get one shot by a Relic 3 Bando, which, I mean, I think we were safe. I mean, Nest does not do well against Grievous, but I mean, look at how close B1 is to death. B1's about to die, and in fact, he is dead. Grievous killed poor old B1. Alright, terrible banners, but we just gotta move on. Remember, we're just trying to attack, and win. My opponent, meanwhile, has full cleared me, I think. Maybe he hadn't fully cleared me yet at this point. Remember, we both started with 400 something, so it's 1600 something. Doesn't do anything. Alright, so he starts with R2-D2 here on this comp, and it's problematic because we need to be able to take out that cat. So I decided I didn't have time to test against this. I wanted to test, but didn't have time. So I increased R2's cooldowns. I didn't have time to even look at what R2's speed was, actually. I should have looked at that, because it looks like we could have gone before him anyways. The whole thing is that we want to make sure that Cat is marked. We need to take her out as quickly as possible. So Kenobi already gets his ultimate, and it's game on here. So do the AoE. Everyone's immune to all of the debuffs because they still have their initial protection and everything, the bonus protection. And so we just need to keep working on Cat. We need to get our ultimate as soon as possible. Okay, so we triggered her savior mechanic. She's very close, actually. One more good solid hit would actually do it, I believe. But of course, Jedi Revan's gone, and now we don't have Mark anymore, so that's scary. Okay, let's get Revan back though. Yay, he's back. Thank you, Jolie. Jolie, you're the man. So I guess let's increase her cooldowns. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I needed to work on my ultimate, is what I was doing, I think. So yeah, we're real close to getting our ultimate, which would mean we can just target Cat whenever we want to. But we got the mark anyways, so that's fancy of us. We have our ult, and now we can target whoever we want, whenever we want, whyever we want, as long as we want. So, let's go. Let's put some more Master's Training on people. And Jolie is ready to revive someone if necessary, so may as well have him call an assist. Take out Cat. Alright, thank goodness we took her out, but now we only have 2 minutes left, guys. And my opponent did not give me a lot of wiggle room. He only failed one time against me, or twice against me. He failed against my Supreme Leader Kylo team. He said that he used his Sith Eternal squad, for what it's worth. But, yeah, so... Alright, I guess let's take out Cat, or Ahsoka, real quick. Cool, so we took her out, and then, yeah, let's just keep going. I guess, may as well hit their Kenobi for a minute. R2's not really available, and honestly, why don't we just try to take out their Kenobi? Right? Like, there's not much reason to not. I mean, we can target who we want, right? So we take him out, and then I could just hit auto if I wanted to. But, of course, being me, I'm not going to hit auto. I just don't like to get in the habit of doing that, so, I was going to say no shade on people who do hit auto, but a little bit of shade. I'm just kidding. Alright, 62 against a pretty tricky comp. He gets a lot of holds with that team, actually, guys. It's a good team. Alright, he's got Jedi Training Rey here. No droids of any kind, though. They don't serve their kind here, so be using our dash team, and in fact my dash is faster than his fin is, so that's pretty cool. And I'm not trying for finesse here, unfortunately, because there's Jedi Training Rey on the squad. It means that we get healing immunity on one of our characters, probably on L3, which means we can't get those banners back anytime soon unless we play with our food long enough, which we don't really even have the means to. So there it is, 64 banners, good enough. And now his paper Iden team, I was like, we're not messing with this, let's just use General Skywalker here. And then whenever Skywalker finally does get a turn, then we can just take her out. Oh yeah, so Fives just shot her because she's gear, 6 or something like that with 2 stars. No revives allowed. Drop 5 banners, but against an Iden team, yay, we can just fast forward that. Alright, so now he is General Skywalker down south, and so let's just use Sith Eternal with Watt. So the whole goal here, guys, is we want General Skywalker to destroy his own protection against us, and when he does, then he'll sit down, and he can't stand up again because he doesn't have protection. Like, he can't regain something he doesn't have any of. So, Watt will die eventually, but we actually don't go into our ultimate here. This is a very strange situation, but, I mean, you have to just be careful, though, because you need to take out 5s. If you link people, if you link 5s and someone else, then if you use your ultimate, then 5s will actually just sacrifice himself to, even though he's linked, he doesn't get killed by the ultimate first, it kills the other clone first, and then 5 sacrifices himself for that clone, so that clone stays alive, and you still create all super clones, even though one of them had the link. So, it's just a mess. You may as well, you can link people so that you're not getting crit and stuff, but this is also a good way to be able to get max banners, potentially. You don't always get max banners here, but you can get max banners if you play it right, and if you get lucky, I guess. I mean, this works pretty well. You don't get debuffed or anything from this. Of course, they don't do a ton of debuffs anyways. You can do this with armor, though you're probably not going to get max banners with armor. So yeah, I'm kind of playing with my food because Skywalker can't stand up again, and we don't want to use our special because Skywalker will stand up, and we want to heal ourselves against him. So he stands up finally. We use our special. Then I got a basic. I lapped him basically and took him out. 65 banners, good to go, and cleared that bottom zone fairly easily. Now this top zone here is where I made a huge mistake. Look, I meant to put Commander Luke into his Mothra team because this is the only team I have that can take out Mothra, and you can see I'm just like I spent like 15 seconds just sitting there like, what? Oh my gosh, I don't think we can clear. But I was also under pressure to get home for dinner because, damn it all, it's family time. It was Friday night, pizza and a movie night with my family. So, I wasn't gonna have time for fleets regardless. So I've killed the dash team. Yay, killed a pretty weak dash team, and I was like, okay, we have enough time to use Jedi against Mothra, I guess. Like, I was under no illusions that this, like, maybe we could. These guys aren't high gear, but here's the thing, we can't compete with their turn meter train. We just can't. And I didn't look at the start. I was like, maybe Basti's gonna make me fast enough to go before them and not let Kyle Katarn get the start of the turn meter train off, because if we could like stun him right at the start or something, then we might be able to, head it off. So cool, Yoda actually got a kill on Pow, so that's fancy of us. We could maybe get a stun on Kara, kind of just stop their turn meter train just a little bit. But then, apparently, I just decided not to do that. Oh yeah, because Kiadi Mundi, I thought he was going to be able to go and take out Kara, but now Pow's back, and yeah, I mean, this was never going to go well. This team would have been just fine against that Dash team. We would have done great. It would have worked famously well, but we couldn't, we didn't, and instead, they're just going to kill all our friends and family with a million paper cuts, and we have no recourse, folks, no recourse. And I think at some point I just quit, and that's like the end, because I didn't have time, and this match didn't mean anything, though. Yeah, so I quit, and there you go. Those are my attacks, and I asked him to send me a screenshot of his fleets because he one-shot mine, and it's I put the Cancer build fleets with Executor and Negotiator with Imperial TIE Bomber, and he one-shot it. That's the first time someone has one-shot my fleet zone at any point, since I started running that comp, and so kudos to him. And then I asked him for a screenshot of his fleets, because I didn't get to his fleets, because I didn't have time to mess around. Maybe I could have found a solution to that Mothra team, though. That team's tough to kill after that blunder with CLS going into Dash. It's like, well, thank goodness this match didn't mean anything. But at the end of the day, he had the same exact comp in the back as well, and frankly, I had a chance to one-shot it, and I have no idea how our efficiency was. Plus, I don't know if they accurately recorded our banners. Like, we could see what banners we earned, but people are saying that now that we didn't get the same number of banners on our total score, anyways, like, they're like, hey, you get 75, and instead of giving us 75, they give us like 37 or something weird like that. So who knows who would have been more efficient? Maybe as video or something. I don't think Snake he doesn't stream or anything, but one way or another, guys, it was a good match, and we are in the same bracket for next, whenever GAC starts up again. So still going to be a good match. You know, I'm sure he will change everything up, and maybe I'll just like copy my same defenses. It'll be so inspiring, folks. It was actually really fun to get some quick attacks in, try to figure out a defense, do the speed GAC thing again, and you know, I wish I could have just cracked that. I mean, I didn't even attack that Finn team. I was gonna use Nice Sisters on it, just didn't have time. So, you know, it's fine. I'm good. I missed GAC already. I mean, I want to be planning it tonight. I want to be planning the final match one way or another. I do think the Snake would have won. And he did win in this, because I, blunder or not, like, I mean, if I hadn't been so rushed, I think it's a good chance that I wouldn't just fail. You know, I would have gone into that Mothra team with Commander Luke, but that being said, I mean, I was the one who messed that up. So, you know, he won regardless, and if I could do it, you know, if we could do it again, I mean, he probably would have won even despite that, because his fleets were, you know, his fleets were really strong, and I didn't. It's really tough to one shot both of those fleets. That was some good RNG on his end, like good gameplay, I'm sure, but they're also pretty huge RNG as well on his end. So who knows? Maybe our rematch will be more interesting, who knows. He did a great job though, and I would say that he probably won. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching, and good match to Snake. And remember that in all things, even against Snake, Xaereth prevails. Alright guys, take care.